Welcome to Downeast Maine. We are Downeast Dirtworks. It is spring, the height of mud season 2024. This is a very typical shoreland property located in Millbridge, Maine. You can see coming off the paved road there, it does dip down, so you know you're going to hit water on these shoreland properties. And you're going to have to bring the grade up quite a bit to put your driveway in. This one's pretty flat, but it's very, very wet. Now, these are very nice people that we're working for here, but they're on a budget and they're chipping away at this project little by little. On the left-hand side of the driveway that we installed last year is the septic system. Now, generally, when we land clear, you're not going to see all this slash and stumps and brush and logs kind of strewn about like this, but it is very expensive to haul, and it's time consuming to chip or mulch, and it's even time consuming to have a burn pile. And often homeowners just want to get into their property before they decide what they're going to do. Sometimes there's enough property where we make a clearing and we just stash it. So they haven't decided yet what they're going to do about the cleanup portion, but here we are. So this driveway was like building a bridge across the water. We do have pictures on our website of this driveway before and after, and it really is like building a bridge. You could see all the water, you could see all the rock that had to go down before we put the driveway base in. Lots of rock, yards and yards, thousands of dollars worth of rock, and then base. Now, at the end of last year, they did have their well installed. Their well was drilled. We had another company was nice enough to come in and widen that portion of the driveway so the well truck, the drill truck, could get in there. Lots of cleanup will have to happen on this one, but again, for now, the client just does not want to deal with any of that. He just wants to get into this property, get to the back of the property, build that road in so he can hopefully have a home site built this summer. Lots of water. Very, very typical. This is not an unusual challenge that excavating companies and site work companies deal with in Downeast, Maine. This is very typical to see this amount of water, especially on the shoreland properties and pond and lakefront properties. Very, very typical. So we've got a big machine out here this week. He does want to start his foundation dig. He knows we get pretty busy, and he's made arrangements with some other local contractors. We're all trying to pitch in to help this guy get it done. They have a nice view, eagles all day long. Now in Downeast, Maine, you're not going to see a lot of sandy beaches. You're going to see a lot of moss. You'll see a lot of ridge and ledge. And when the tide goes out, we're basically looking at mud flats. But the clamming is outstanding, and it's not unusual for locals to ask if they could cut through your property to do some clamming. But you can see, the views are beautiful, and I think it's an artist's haven for sure. Great views. This is nice and high up. Some properties go straight down to the water, almost at grade, and then others are up on a ridge like this, but they're all pretty similar. Very shallow roots, a lot of moss. They'll get a lot of enjoyment out of this property for years to come with their children and their grandchildren. But the agenda this week is to get the foundation started. Our client is here this week. He does like to be very hands-on and wants to manage his own project, and that's okay with us as long as he's happy. But stay tuned for videos on this foundation dig. There's a lot of water, so we'll be pumping, we'll be diverting, and we'll be dealing with mud.